The plot thickens. The situation in Vancouver has gotten even worse. Jjanu and the Vancouver Titans have officially parted ways. This is real life, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually not a cruel prank of any sort. We are actually living in a world where the Titans are crumbling apart before our very eyes. You guys saw my video from the other week. There's been so many rumors of inner turmoil between the org, the players, and the coaches, and now we're clearly past the boiling point since Jjanu is no longer on this team. He's had enough and he wanted out. That's what I assume happened. It's funny too, because Jjanu was the one guy who was being relatively quiet about all of this on social media because he tends to be very inactive on there. For those who didn't see the video I made a little bit ago, basically all of the players were showing these signs of protest by getting rid of Vancouver in their bios and all of their pictures and everything, except for Jjanu. But now, suddenly, he breaks his silence and he says, "I'm free." If the player you just parted ways with is expressing his happiness on social media about no longer being part of your org, you messed up big time. There is some major bad blood between him and the org, obviously, and it's a big yikes and a terrible look overall. The guy didn't even have any heartwarming goodbyes to say. He just said, "Yay, I'm free, look at me, whoopee!" How do you destroy a relationship to the point where the person who leaves you won't even say a proper goodbye or a thank you? Like, he just wanted out, nothing to do with you anymore. But don't worry, all my Jjanu fans. On his Twitter, it does say he is a free agent right now, meaning that he is not ready to call it a career in professional Overwatch. The question is, where could he sign? Maybe he could go to the Spark, let's say, because Rhea hasn't been all that amazing this year. Perhaps he could go to the Seoul Dynasty because they haven't even bothered playing Michelle, so rumors say maybe he's washed up at this point. Or maybe he'll go somewhere in the American region and he'll try and learn English. Or there's also the possibility that he goes back down to tier 2, but I highly doubt that because he is just so damn talented. He was in the MVP voting last year, for God's sake, and he's arguably a top 3 off-tank player in the league, if not top 5 at the very worst in my opinion, so he's bound to draw some interest from some of these teams who desperately need an upgrade at the off-tank position. But what does this mean for the Vancouver Titans now? Well, for one, they need a new off-tank. That goes without saying. Jjanu was their only off-tank player on the team, so it's looking like somebody else is going to have to get signed now. I don't know where. Maybe it could be someone who's a free agent or someone from contenders, but regardless, the Titans should be making a move very, very soon. The next question we have to ask ourselves now is, what's next for the Vancouver Titans? Is anybody else leaving? Well, at the time of me recording this, it would seem that their head coach Pajion is already on his way out too. I'm not sure how the coaches felt exactly compared to the players when it comes to the org treating them, but I know that Pajion also removed some of his Vancouver stuff from his Twitter last time I checked, so I'd assume he wasn't very happy either. So now the Vancouver Titans are lacking an off-tank and a head coach. I suppose they could just promote one of their assistants to the head coaching position for the time being, or maybe they'll sign somebody who needs a new home that they believe could help turn this team around, but regardless, the Titans have some work cut out for them here. The Pajion thing doesn't really seem as big as the Jjanu thing to me. Like, I know Pajion was a good coach. He helped lead the Titans to a Stage 1 championship, as well as a Grand Finals second place finish. However, I've heard that a bunch of the players don't really respect him all that much, so maybe this wasn't the worst move in the world. I guess time will tell whether or not that was a good move, but anyway, for the time being, we have to realize the fact that the Vancouver Titans' downfall has officially begun. It's so wild to think about because these guys were so close to winning a championship in their first year existing as an org, and now we're at this point where we don't even know if they'll be able to function normally. This is so crazy. Like, I knew things were getting bad over there in Vancouver, but never did I think they were going to start releasing people and mutually parting ways with them. That is absolutely insane. It's a surprise for sure, and a lot of people seem to agree with me on social media, as people who are part of the Overwatch League did not even see this Jjanu thing coming. Guys like Bren, Mr. X, and even Johnny, aka Reinforce, were all completely baffled by this, and I've seen some players do the same exact thing. This is crazy, crazy stuff. If not even league insiders were expecting this stuff to go down, then I can't even begin to imagine what could be happening next. This could only be the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, and that's really scary. With that said, keep a really close eye on the Vancouver Titans social media stuff. because I get the feeling very, very soon we're going to see a lot more stuff be uncovered, whether it be new signings or even more people from the org getting released. If anything else major happens, you already know I am going to be ready to make a video on that, so stay tuned. If anything else happens, I've got your back. Realistically, this could be the beginning of the end, and we'll be in a situation very soon potentially where the Titans look completely different from their original start here in the 2020 season. If you're a diehard, loyal Vancouver Titans and or Runaway fan, I'm so sorry for you. This is really messed up, and it's completely beyond your control, which really, really sucks. Why the heck did the org have to get to this point where it's treating its players and its coaches unfairly? It's ridiculous. I know the pain all too well as a Valiant fan. I've seen so many players just get ditched and traded away just like that. Some of my absolute favorites, all-time favorites in fact, just gone with the wind. It sucks, but at this point, the only thing you can do if you're a Vancouver fan is continue to have hope that things will eventually turn around. I know it's hard to stay optimistic, especially after how crazy this week has been, but just try and keep your hope alive, whatever it takes. Well, that pretty much does it for me in this news video, so if you did enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all of the most recent Vancouver Titans drama / news, and don't forget to let me know what you think of all of this stuff down in the comment section, and feel free to predict what you think could be happening next. And as always, thanks so much for watching this video, I really do appreciate it, and until next time, this is ATP, signing out. Peace.